Good morning and happy Saturday to everyone. Getting lots of questions on how we're doing this every single day and how to keep it kind of fun. And so I know for a lot of you that are like still eating whatever it may be, maybe you're eating standard American diet and lots of processed stuff, lots of cardboard pizza, lots of this, that, and the other. Or maybe you're eating a pretty healthy, more paleo style diet, and you just can't get your mind around not having lots of vegetables and a starch or a grain or whatever. I know it's hard to get your brain around it, but if you start gradually eating this way, this has been a gradual process. We did not do this abruptly overnight. You're gonna see that you're not hungry all the time, and hopefully, if you're like me, you'll notice you're not craving stuff all the time. I do still have some cravings I'm working through, but for the most part, like we're just you will just see you don't miss a lot of it. So we do still have broccoli once or twice a week at night with dinner. I don't make any vegetables with lunch usually now. Lunch is super simple. Um, Sometimes I'll do cauliflower rice, or sometimes I'll do cabbage. I usually don't do both now because it doesn't get eaten. So I just don't want to waste it. There's no point. So usually one vegetable at dinner, if that. Um, so, and a lot of you are just like, well, what are you eating? I eat bacon every day pretty much, as long as we can get it that week. Um, I was doing a lot of yogurt. I have quit yogurt for the past 2 days and I am craving it. So I will work it back in probably. I wanted to see if some inflammation went down because I was eating a lot of it. It was getting to the point that I was craving it and wanting it with every meal because I wanted a little bump of sweet, and I put a little bit of honey in my yogurt. So, um, bacon for breakfast every day, sometimes sausage. If I could eat eggs, I would be eating a lot of eggs, but I can't. They're still screwing with me a little bit. Um, Lunchtime, sometimes we do like ham and cream cheese and a pickle roll up. Sometimes we do like pepperoni and mozzarella sticks. Sometimes I just do my sardines, which I want to talk to you about those today. Um, just super simple stuff, guys. Sometimes I'll just do ground beef and a little cottage cheese, ground beef and sour cream with some pork rinds. Super simple. And then dinner is usually beef patties if it's like a busy night, or we'll do some ground pork sausage and cabbage, or ground pork sausage and cauliflower, or I might make my pork sausage gravy with cream cheese and milk, and we'll do that over, whatever, pork rinds or cloud bread or whatever. Um, Steak, if we can have them, we try to have it maybe once a week, if that, probably more like a couple times a month because it's just crazy expensive. I know it is. Um, so that it's just simple stuff. I know it's hard to wrap a brain around it. I know. But once you start cutting stuff out, you'll see. So I want to talk to you about like things I use every day to make my life a little simpler because I'm making 3 meals a day for my kids and me. And so these are just things like I don't have a dishwasher, so I'm constantly cleaning up, not near as much as I was before when I was making extra side dishes and whatnot. But these are just some things we use. So this parchment paper has been just amazing. I don't know why I didn't use it my whole life. And if it's toxic, sorry. I hope it's not because I don't want to quit using it. Mine says it is unbleached, genuine vegetable parchment paper. I get it from Sam's Club. You can get like a 2-pack for super cheap. I use it to line my pan. I use pretty much one pan all day long. I line it with that to even cook my bacon on it because then sometimes I keep the paper with all that bacon grease and I'll like grease my pan with it later. Or you can just simply throw it in the trash. I line my pan before I put my cloud bread buns on it, and then it's just super easy, super clean up, super quick cleanup. So definitely highly recommend parchment paper, the unbleached kind. Another thing I use every day, every single day, I use my blender. And so I've got, and it's probably a little dirty because I literally just used it, my Ninja blender. And I'll link all this below somehow. I use it every single day, multiple times a day. It just sits on my counter. I don't even put it away. I think we do have a big food processor, but I don't ever use it unless it's like garden season. I will use this blender I'll crunch up our pork rinds for our chicken nuggets and our tenderloin batter. And it's a small cup, so I do have to sometimes do like multiple batches of the pork rinds to get enough to feed all of us, to coat all the food that I'm coating with it. We drink fresh milk, and so my kids like it with just a little bit of chocolate powder and a little bit of, we'll either put stevia, or if I have maple syrup, we'll put that in it. They don't like it with honey for some reason. But this is the cocoa powder I use. I get it at Vitacost, and it's organic cocoa powder, and it is not processed with alkali. It's non-alkalized. I don't do that to be crunchy. I do it because I've tried the Ghirardelli one from Walmart, and it gives me a headache within an hour. And I know a lot of you think I'm just a hypochondriac and all these foods aren't doing this. It's all in my head. But if you cut stuff out and then you try to add it back in, you're going to find out certain foods make you react different ways. So, again, this is the cocoa powder I like. There's another one at Walmart you can get that's organic and non-alkalized, I think. But it's a pretty big bag and it's kind of expensive. This was, I think, $10 maybe. And it's lasted us a long time. I'll put that in their chocolate milk that I make them. I put it in yogurt when I have it. We just made some chocolate mousse, which was just heavy whipping cream, and I put like maybe 1.5 teaspoons or 2 teaspoons of that, and I beat it to stiff peaks. And it takes a lot longer to beat heavy whipping cream than it does to make stiff peaks out of your egg whites. Just a little note. But I will use that in there, and then just a little bit of honey, and they think that tastes like ice cream, but it's just like chocolate whipped cream. So that's another little treat they get. What else? Oh, so my beater, because you have to have a hand beater. I don't have a KitchenAid. I got that for $15 at Walmart. Just a hand beater for whipping your egg whites if you're making cloud bread. And then like if you wanted to make heavy whipping cream or whipped cream, there's like an oopsie cake that I've seen a lot of the carnivore people talk about. I haven't made it yet because I know I'll just overdo it on it partly, and it's made with eggs. I don't know why eggs still, I don't know. It's almost like I feel dizzy when I eat them. Like, I don't know if anybody has migraines, but like that feeling you get when you know the migraine's coming on, that's like the dizzy vertigo feeling I feel if I eat the eggs. So still staying away from them. I'm hoping that it gets better. I have had a few tomatoes here and there, and it's been fine. So I'm hoping things are going to keep letting me reintroduce. So that's kind of the appliances and just little dupes that I like to use to make daily life easier eating this way. And again, it's still like the simplest way you could ever eat. So it's really not that bad, but that helps make cleanup go quicker. On the sardines, so this is the brand that I've been telling everybody I love. I don't even necessarily care when they're in olive oil. I'd rather have them in water, but I can't find them. They're sold out everywhere online. If you find them at Costco or Walmart, they're in olive oil. So I don't know if I don't know. I can't find them in water. But these are the ones I like, but you can't hardly find them. So I did order Safe Catch. I found these on Amazon for a 12-pack. It was $40, I think. So that comes out to just a little over $3 a can. So I tried them. They're fine. They taste pretty much exactly the same as Season, and these are in water. So they're a little more expensive, but they do come in water. So wanted to share that. If you're still looking, please don't buy them out because I'm going to keep ordering and I can't find the other ones. But these are so nutrient dense, guys. They're running out of stock because people know how nutrient dense they are, and they know that in hard times, like what we may be facing sometime in the near future, or maybe not, hopefully not, but they know that these are good to have stocked up. So Safe Catch, they were fine. I do have an old can. My daughter had told me a long time ago that she was going to eat these before I even started eating them. And I was like, there's no way you're going to eat those. She's like, yeah, I will. Just get them. So I got her these cheap ones at Walmart to try. And so I was going to open them and show you what these look like. Okay, so these do have skin, but I don't see any eyeballs or any heads or anything like that. I'm wearing my husband's Crocs out here. So these aren't even as gross as I thought they would be. But I think that's what you guys are picturing, like when you hear me talk about sardines. You're thinking of like eyeballs and fins and all this gross stuff. And I promise, these don't even look like what I just showed you. These don't have all that skin on them. There may be just a tiny little bit of skin in there, but I very rarely see it. And at this point, I just eat it anyways. And at this point, I could probably eat the ones I just showed you. I wouldn't necessarily want to, but if I had to, I definitely could get them down. So they're not that intimidating. These just look like little fish fillets. It's fillets, little fillets. Just like what's in your kids' fish fish strips or whatever that you get them. So they're just not coated in bad or anything. So it's not that bad. So that's what I wanted to say about all that. I hope you're stocking up. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you are, simmering on our upcoming week. It's Resurrection Week next Sunday. I hope you guys checked out that book that I was talking about, the Abiding in God's Love, the Beloved book by Francis Chan. It was just so good. I hope you're thinking about the gravity of what that sacrifice was for us. And, I was thinking, if I went to one of my best friends and I told her, I've done all these horrible things, but if you'll just give up your one of your children, God said it would all be fine, would she do it? No, there's no way. Like, we humans, we cannot even fathom the gravity of what God has done for us and how much he loves us. So I hope you're simmering on that. I hope you're stocking your pantry up. I don't watch the news. I haven't watched the news in years, but I think anyone who's looking around can see things are going to get hard probably for a while. Hope not, but they might. So I hope you're stocking up. I've been trying to stock our little pantry what I can. But also I hope you're getting in shape. I've been thinking, if I had to run a mile to safety, would I be able to make it? Would I be able to carry my youngest child? He's a solid 40 pounds of nothing but love, 40 solid pounds. Would I be able to run and carry him a mile if I had to? Would my husband be able to carry our second oldest? All just things that I've been thinking of. Not to scare or fearmonger you, but are you in decent shape? Could you walk 2 miles if you had to safety? Could you walk 5 miles if you had to? If the answer is no, and which for me, part of those answers are no, we need to get moving. We need to be working out and doing what we can and strengthening our body and strengthening our mind, cutting out the junk so that we can think clearly. Guys, I'm telling you, if you get rid of the junk, your brain is going to come back to life. It's absolutely amazing. So that's my quick little Saturday update for you. I hope you get out and enjoy the sunshine this weekend. It doesn't seem as windy as yesterday, so get out there and soak up some vitamin D. And subscribe, and share if you'd like to.